Organic means the platform's going to show as many people as they wish. Yeah. So meaning you post a video on Instagram, costs you nothing. It's free. They can do whatever they want. They have the whole platform. And they're like, all right, I'm going to show 20 viewers and then I'm going to limit the reach of the video. Okay. And you can't complain. It's free. Costs you nothing. But my argument becomes, okay, well, why can't I reach more people? Right? Why can't I pay to reach more people? So if I know I've got content that works, if I know I'm creating content that's valuable to my clients, right? I can actually invest money behind the content and target a specific individual. Now pay attention because this will go fast. So instead of having Mark Zuckerberg limit my Instagram videos based on what his algorithm thinks is right, I say, okay, cool, I'm going to invest $5 into this video. Okay? And then I reach a bunch of people I wouldn't have otherwise reached. Now, what I can do as a next step here is say, okay, cool, they watched video number 1. Now Facebook, Instagram, you can do this on all platforms, TikTok, but I'm going to use Facebook just for the example. They all work in the exact same way. Okay, now Facebook, I'm going to make another video now, and I'm going to call it video number 2, and I only want you to show this video to people who have consumed 50% of video number 1. Right? So this is an advanced retargeting strategy. So instead of just saying, hey, what did I say the biggest problem we can't sell online is? Trust. So instead of saying, hey man, no one trusts me and I need to do this, it's like, okay, well, what if I can get in front of the right people? Right? And what if I can create content that actually is valuable to the people I want to work with? Whether that's information about your community, your area, your type of build, right? Information that's valuable to them. Remember the 2 types of content that we create, education and entertaining, right? So if I can create content and then I say, okay, cool, people who watch 50%, I want to see number 2. And then people who watch 50% of number 2, I want them to see video number 3. Is this making sense?
They said they watch 50 seconds.
50%, yeah. Yeah, and you can do 75, you can do 25, you can pick a different, I'm just using 50 as an example, right? So then I want you to understand at this point here, the only people who see video number 3 are people who have watched more than half of video number 1 and more than half of video number 2. Does this make sense? So now I'm spending a few bucks and I'm getting people to see this video who have consumed this and this. And now what's happening is I'm building trust, because all of a sudden, if you watch this and you watch this and then you see this, and if I'm talking about information that's actually valuable to you and I make good content, you're probably going to watch that too. And if you want to do this at the highest level and you understand who your ideal client is that we went through before, and you understand what their pain points are, you can objection handle here. And it's not like saying, hey, this is why you need to buy from me, but it's about answering their questions before they're asked. Right? They're referred to as obstacles. So an obstacle is before the sale, an objection is after the sale, right? You can handle their obstacles. And then you can do it again and say, cool, Facebook, Mr. Zuckerberg, whoever watches 50% of video number 3, I want them to see video number 4. And then again. Now guess what happens by the time they get down here? They've been consuming your shit. And it's costing you bugger all to get them to see it here. And it's only showing people who have watched this and this and this and this. So for someone to see this, they have to have watched 50%, 50%, 50%. Now you can make that 75, you can make that 95, you can make that 100. You can make it 25. That's up to you. And you can play around with different ones to reach different people. But by the time you get here, guess what I've done at this point? I've kind of built a bit of trust. You've kind of seen me around now. You're kind of like, okay, this guy's legit. And then I can run an ad and go for the ask. Does this make sense? So we need to think about the platforms differently. If we understand the platforms and how they work and why people use them, we can actually do this strategically and get a really positive outcome from it.